Hey guys, welcome back to Music Talk with John. It's been a little while since I've done a video in here, not too long, like a couple weeks, I guess. Um, Past 2 or 3 videos you've probably seen are me doing the what's new at the record store. So it's nice to be back in the room, just doing my thing, chilling out, drinking my Bob Dylan whiskey, Heaven's Door. Very good, double barrel whiskey, very smooth. I like it. I'll be talking about Bob a little bit tonight. You see I'm wearing my shirt from his concert, so I'll talk about that a little bit. I didn't feel like I had enough for a full video on his concert. We'll see once I start yabbering on, but it was just a different feel, so I'll have to tell you about that. Let me show you my new grabs. Let's do that first. And I kind of, when I was putting this together, I had a couple things to say about a couple albums. So it's not the ordinary new grabs, because there's not a lot of them, but I do have some things to talk to you about. So we'll start with this one. This is Big John Patton. If you saw the recent Thursday video, you saw that this was there, and now it's here. And it's a good one. Kind of middle of the road for me. I like it. Big John Patton is not blues, a jazz organ player, and Grant Green's on here. Not really big into jazz guitar, but I like this combo of the jazz guitar with the organ. It's very cool. This has Blue Mitchell on trumpet, Harold Vick on tenor sax, Ben Dixon on drums. The highlight of this me is for me on this one, Can't Talk Tonight, is Fat Judy. I like that one. That's the very first song. And the rest are good. There's nothing that really stands out, but it's still an album I can put on and bebop around to. So not really sure where it falls in my grading system. I have to listen to one more song, Good Juice, off of this. But yeah, like I said, it's a good album, but it's not like one of those, ooh, I got to put it on albums. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a keeper. Definitely a good one. If I put it on, I'm going to enjoy it. So that's the first one. Then I recently picked up this because it was a good deal, knocked out loaded. Trying to fill the Dylan in a little bit. Hadn't really seen this one around, so I just went ahead and picked it up. And this is very 80s Bob Dylan. He doesn't even have the song list on here. That's weird. Let me see. Let me take a look at this over here real quick. I'll tell you I rated it also, so I can give you an idea what I thought about it. I don't know if there was any singles on this actually. They Killed Him stood out. It's the second song on the first side. That was good. I think it's a Chris Christopherson song. And it's talking about, I think, like Jesus, Martin Luther King, things like that in there. So the standouts are They Killed Him, You Wanna Ramble, which is the first song, and Precious Memories. I really didn't care for Maybe Someday. That's like the last song on the first side. Yeah, they're all kind of middle of the road songs. The first side was a little stronger than the second for me. Everything on the second side was kind of like middle of the road. Kind of like I wouldn't rate it low because it's, like I rated Maybe Someday low because it was like, yeah, I'm just not getting this song. It just does nothing for me. So that's why it got a low grade. But like the rest of them are like, okay, I can't decide. Like they're not hitting me, but they're okay songs. So that would be like Brownsville Girl, Got My Mind Made Up, Under Your Spell, Drifting Too Far from Shore. So anyway, yeah, it's an okay album. Definitely 80s sounding to me. And I believe this was before like Infidels and all that really stood out, and those albums came out. So I'm glad to have it. It's a Dylan album, and it's not like it's a horrible album. It's just not like one of his best, in my opinion. So that kind of leads me. I'll show you the other ones here in a second. But since I'm talking about Dylan, so I saw him in concert at Ruth Eckerd Hall about a week ago now, and it was fantastic. The thing that kind of threw me off about the concert was, first of all, it's hard to understand, Dylan singing, and he changes his songs up so much. Like I had to really listen and see which song it was at times, and then to be able to phrase in there, I go, oh, okay, I know the song. So that there's a little mystery involved in it with Dylan, which kind of made it fun. Because, I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, enjoyed it 100%. It was like a religious experience almost for me to just be in the room and Bob Dylan's out there on the piano. He played piano the whole time. I don't think, I talked to my daughter just to refresh my memory, but I don't think he played harmonica at all on anything. And he didn't play guitar, which is kind of like disappointing. But I've talked to friends and they're like, oh, I've never seen him play piano. So I kind of got a one up on him. So I got to see a whole performance of Bob Dylan playing piano, and he did great. The Boogie Woogie, he was in. It was great to see him. So there was kind of like that mystery there. My daughter asked me, or told me, I can't understand anything he's saying. I said, just listen to the band. And the band was crazy, good, tight. It was just amazing. It felt like they improv a little bit. Maybe they didn't. They're just that tight, but it just felt like there's some movement in there, and they just kind of were having fun. And it was so good. I mean, the sound was amazing. The lady next to me, though, she's like, does any of his songs, do any of them have a bridge? Because it's like a lot of verses in Bob Dylan songs, so it's pretty funny. He played 9 songs, I believe, off of Rough and Rowdy Ways. It's the Rough and Rowdy Ways tour, so I figured there'd be a lot of them. So I think he played everything except for the Murder Most Foul, I believe. I think there's 10 songs on there, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I can tell you what he played here real quick. Started off with Watching the River Flow, which I believe was off of, is that Greatest Hits 2? Yeah, Greatest Hits Volume 2, I believe. Yeah, he did 2 songs off his Greatest Hits Volume 2. So he does Most Likely You'll Go Your Way and I'll Go Mine. It was different than how he normally does it, but I recognize that one. Contain Multitudes, False Prophet, When I Paint My Masterpiece, Black Rider, I'll Be Your Baby Tonight. Did that way, way different. But yeah, but when you hear that, I'll Be Your Baby Tonight, there's a lot of that years in there, and I love that, man. It was so good. To be in there when he's doing it live is just crazy good. My Own Version of You, Crossing the Rubicon, To Be Alone with You. Key West was cool because he's in Florida, so it's kind of cool he did Key West. Sort of a tropical song, right? Gotta Serve Somebody, that was good. I made up my mind to give myself to you. That one was just really a nice song, the way he sang that. I did, I think it's the first time he's done it, at least on this tour, is what this is saying. He did Big River, the Johnny Cash song, and did a good job of that. And let's see, Mother of Muses, Goodbye Jimmy Reed, which is an upbeat bluesy song off of Rough and Rowdy Ways. Really enjoyed that. And he introduced the band, and then he did Every Grain of Sand. That song hasn't. It's off of what was it, Shot of Love, I think. And I don't have that album, so I really wasn't familiar with the song. I heard Sam St. John, who's in the vinyl community, talk about it, and a lot of people like that song. It didn't have an effect on me because I'm not really that familiar with the song. But reading the words of it afterwards, you could see how if you know that song, it would have an effect on you listening to it live. So it's very cool. So anyway, enjoyed the concert. Picked up my Dylan shirt. It's cool to go to the concert with my daughter. It was only her second real concert, and not bad. The kids saw Billy Joel and Sting for the first concert and saw Bob Dylan for her second concert. It was kind of cool because she ended up, I saw her today, she headed out the door with her Bob Dylan shirt on. So it passes down, right? It passes down. So really enjoyed the concert. So while I was out, when I picked up the Bob Dylan, I picked this one up. And really the reason why, it was a very clean copy. It's Billy Joel The Bridge. Obviously I already have a copy of it, but I thought these were cool. And normally I'm not going to buy an album cover with stickers stuck to the front of it. But these are cool. They say The Bridge Tour, Billy Joel, Before Show Only, April 16th, 1987. So I don't know if these are like backstage pass things, what it is, because it's definitely a sticker. It has like a roughness to it. And so I don't know what they were used for, but I just thought it was cool. It takes you back, put this album right there in that moment when it came out, because I think the Bridge was 86, and so this is 87. So yeah, just every song on here is a great one. And this one even says, I didn't even notice this before, for promotion only, ownership. Yeah, it's a promo, I guess. Didn't even notice that. Which is weird, because don't promos usually have the white label, but it's not a white label. So who knows if this is even the album that goes with it. I don't know the story behind it. It's a mystery, but this album does play well. It's clean, so glad to have it, and just to have these little sticker things. It's kind of cool. And if you're not familiar with The Bridge, this is the one that had Matter of Trust on it. Modern Woman was not my favorite of his. It was from like Ruthless People soundtrack. Baby Grand, love it with him and Ray Charles. Big Man on Mulberry Street, love that song. He went up. I got to film that one too. I still have to do my Billy Joel concert video. But Sting came up and did Big Man on Mulberry Street with him in concert. Temptation, I love. It sounds like a love song, but it's actually about his daughter and leaving her to go on the road and leave her alone and not want to be away from her. Code of Silence, I love. He was having sort of a writing slump while doing this, and Cyndi Lauper came in and inspired him, and you can hear her parts on this. And she just does accents the song. She kind of sings with him, but doesn't. She's just kind of doing background and just soulful stuff all through there. And then Getting Closer is a cool way to end the album. So there's that one, Billy Joel, The Bridge. The last one I'm going to talk about is Norah Jones. I picked it up. Her latest, really good, produced by Leon Michaels, and hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. I've said it like 3 times in videos. But Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. I think it's Dap Kings. I want to doubt myself when I say that. But he produced it, and this is really good. Mostly guitar-driven stuff. She always kind of has some gospel a little bit, right? And that jazz feel, that blues feel to her. But a very, like, it moves. The whole album moves. It's mellow Norah, but it still kind of works. When the first song came out, I think was Running. I was like, But then Staring at the Wall really sticks out. But by the time I got to Running on this, which is the 6th song on the first side, it worked. It just clicked. It worked fine. I'm just very happy with this album. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. And it was an indie release. Didn't come with a candle. Some stores got candles, which would have been cool to have a Norah candle to burn. But I didn't have that, but it did come on this, what are they calling it? Exclusive cover, an orange blend vinyl. So this thing plays nicely. Don't know what's on the edge there. You can see a little bit of marking in there. I definitely recommend it. And one thing I wanted to bring up, and I'll tell you how I rated it here too in a second. She called it kind of like yin and yang, like, because the last album before that was this one, Pick Me Up Off the Floor. It took me a while to get into it. Actually, a friend of mine said give it a couple of listens, and it grew on me, so I'm glad I picked it up. So she calls this sort of the yin and yang albums. This is written during like lockdown, COVID, and there's a different feel, and then this is sort of coming out of that feel. So I kind of listened to them both and was trying to get what she was saying. Didn't really quite pick up on it. Maybe if you listen to these back to back, if you can see what she's talking about. But yeah, both really just good albums. So Pick Me Up Off the Floor 2020, that was like a B rating, a high B, just under like an A. And then Visions was like a high A, like big time A for me. It was good. Just every song was top notch playlist, like it stuff. The big ones for me on Visions were All This Time, Staring at the Wall, Queen of the Sea. The chorus on that is really cool. And Visions, there's horns in there that really accent it nicely. And then Alone with My Thoughts, I liked a lot. It's a nice little ballad. It's really nice. So those are the standouts for me. And it Picked Me Up Off the Floor. There's a couple songs where I was just like, I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. They might grow on me in time. Yeah, just cool stuff. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to go and work on my Billy Joel video. It's like almost 9 o'clock. Not on a Saturday. But it's 9 o'clock and Chance is going to go live. So I'm tempted to get on and support my friend there. But I might be a little late because I need to get this Billy Joel video done. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about any of the albums I talked about here. If you own them, if you have any suggestions, how you look at them. If you've seen Dylan lately, let me know. That's cool. That's what I have for you tonight. So until next time, you guys enjoy your music and you take care out there, all right? Bye.